Oh, Mr. Grey Fox. Been a while. Oh, she's not here. I'll have to wait to...
I've heard much about your deeds from my people in Bruma. I trust the stipend Tolgan gave you whetted your appetite.
How are you today, anyway?
Good point. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Countess Narina Cavain. I assume you've noticed all the Akaviri relics I'm displaying. Well, it's safe to say I'm a collector of sorts. I've invested a great deal of time and money acquiring these bits of ancient history. In fact, I'd be so bold as to proclaim my collection the most complete in all Cyrodiil, perhaps even beyond. Except for one thing. A particular relic has eluded me for many years. Possessing this piece of Akaviri antiquity would make my collection complete. I'm of course referring to the Draconian Madstone.
That's not good. Just another crap week at your work, I'm guessing. That's pretty much you see. Me, another crap week at work on night shift. And other videos. You haven't really missed much, I haven't really streamed since Sunday, I think it was. I never did much main questing. I did a few Fighters Guild quests and some arena quests. That's about it, really.
He served Emperor Uriel for many years, and so far he has done well in an impossible situation. The stone is a fine bit of Akaviri craftsmanship. Worn like an amulet, this talisman is said to protect the wearer from poisons of any type. The Madstone appears as a snake, coiled around and encircling itself. The eyes of the snake are supposed to be precious gems or some such. Through my sources, I've learned that the last reported location of the Madstone was the ruins at Pale Pass.
Yeah, I don't like nights either, but it's just extra money. That's about it. I'm on 2 weeks on night shift, 2 weeks a day shift. So, at least I get a bit of days in there.
Are you familiar with the history of Pale Pass?
No.
Look, there's no need to be rude. I just thought it might have been interesting to you. Are you familiar with the history of Pale Pass? Back at the end of the First Era, raiders from the continent of Akavir attempted to gain a foothold here in Tamriel. At that time, the Empire was broken into smaller factions. Raymond Cyrodiil decided to unify them and form an army to repel the Akaviri raiders. The force became known as the Army of Raymond. The two armies clashed in what's now northern Cyrodiil. The Akaviri were strong and well supplied. But their greatest error was marching through Morrowind on the way to their objective and dismissing the response it would garner from Vivek. They didn't count on Lord Vivek forming an alliance with the Trident Kings of the Dreg. From Morrowind he struck at their rear flank. Not only did this make the Akaviri fight on two fronts, it also cut off access to reinforcements and supplies from the sea.
At least you're fighting through it though, that's the main thing. At least you're trying. And my dinner was actually pretty awesome. I love Chinese.
Not quite. The army of Raymond knew that the organized Akaviri forces were commanded from a hidden post in the mountains. Rumors placed it in a snowy vale called Pale Pass. That's where Raymond focused his attention. As his forces fought their way across the Gerald Mountains, the Akaviri suddenly surrendered. It was assumed they were overwhelmed and gave up. The only strange part was that the command post and Pale Pass were never found. It was dismissed as a rumour, and the army of Raymond celebrated. It's come to my attention that the post did exist, and it happens to be the last reported location of the Draconian Madstone.
Oh, and Marsh, you were correct. All my gear was on a certain guy that I never actually checked. So I kind of went back, got all my stuff. Your PC just crashed. That's not a good thing.
If you retrieve the Draconian Madstone for me, I'll be happy to compensate you by rewarding you with another Akaviri artifact. Are you game? I had a feeling you'd accept. Good. Then let me tell you how you're going to find the Madstone. I've come into the possession of a diary, written by an Akaviri messenger. I suspect that the text within can lead you to the ruins. Here's a translation of the passages we could still read. It was quite damaged. I've also included a rough map that was drawn in the diary as well. I'm also providing you with a unique key that was supposedly found with the diary. I'm assuming it'll prove useful when you arrive at the site.
I really hope it's not a blue screen of the Windows 10. I've never actually had a blue screen yet. Thank God. I think if I ever got one, I wouldn't know what to do. Well,
I paid several scouts to try and find the ruins at Pale Pass before I hired you. They were only able to locate the first of a series of landmarks. These landmarks are mentioned within the diary. The one referred to as Dragon Claw Rock has been located. I'll mark it on your map. The rest is up to you. My scouts reported bitter cold and dangerous creatures in the area, so they couldn't proceed. Be cautious and return home soon. Good luck.
Oh, that blue screen. I thought you were meaning blue screen of death there. I don't know, why would they have a a blue screen like that? Red screen?
I've never heard the Countess mention her husband. I believe it is something of a sore point with Lady Milona. Not that I can think of. People are mostly staying home, what with all the troubles in the world. May the path end.
You can see my beautiful ear back on me again.
Head be free of danger.
Never heard of the red screen. I hope it's not on major.
How are you today?
Yeah, I should have really talked to this guard up here. Don't talk to this guard and do this quest in the room. If you're a Windows 10 user, you're probably familiar with the blue screen. For a red screen shows you won't be able to do it before you'll restart your computer. What is the cause of the red screen? How to fix it? Red screen Windows 10 caused by hardware error. Basically, if you overclock your computer. Good to know. Huh. Sometimes red screens can be caused by incompatible drivers or BIOS. First time I've ever heard it. I'd have a little look to see what it was. You, come here.
Good evening. What can I do for you, sir?
Does seem to be.
If you need armor, weapons, or just a place to sleep, the barracks in the West Wing is available to any of us.
By the sounds of it, yeah.
We'll always see them near the rune stone at dusk. They aren't too woodcrafty, but Grandmaster Joffrey has forbidden us to range too far from the walls. But it seems that you have been given the freedom to attack the enemy that we all crave. Good luck. We will keep the Emperor safe here. Don't worry.
That is strange. Hopefully it's just a stupid little issue that doesn't occur again.
The Mythic Dawn will never take Cloud Ruler Temple, not while any
I hope it does
blade
not.
still draws breath. Aye, she's a beauty, isn't she? It's hard not to admire the stonework. That's some real craftsmanship, that is. Keep your heart true, and your eyes open.
I just separate. That's in town. What happens when I do it? Ooh. I might not be a good idea to jump in there. Not if I had my fingers on the right buttons. The only crashes I seem to have is either when I quit the main menu, or if I'm loading up the game and I like access another screen or another window and it just crashes then. I had no issues in the game though. So it's very little. Which I'm actually quite surprised about. Because this game's quite buggy as hell anyway. That was you saying earlier you didn't want to buy another version of the game. Come on, pop it out. Oh, I forgot to say all this stuff. I'm in a bloody thing. Come on, Garth, you gotta do better at with your inventory. Oh, I'm here. Yeah. Let's switch to a claymore. Not used this yet. I got this disc on and on Steam, but not played it in a long time. It's a shame you can't find your disc. I have to say, since I've actually gotten this on PC, I can see why a lot of people actually play on a PC now. I'm actually starting to prefer it. I wish I had a decent PC here. No, always. Well, enjoyed my PlayStation. Oh, it's a ghost. You got a call? First person on PC always wins. Yeah. For some reason, I played it in first person. Oh, sorry, I went over the top of my head. I completely mistook what you said there. Yeah, first person shooters on the PC always wins. There's so much more control in it, but I've never played FPSs myself on a PC. Someday, I plan on fully switching to my PC. That's when I fully... Well, when I eventually upgrade it. Yeah, consoles do have other advantages, just... It's mainly more with the player base. There's so much more people on the console. Tried streaming games before, but I kept getting blurry screen when I watched a playback. Don't know how you're getting a blurry screen. Up there. Yes, no, is he? Oh shit. That was one thing that kind of stopped me from streaming or doing videos before, was my internet was absolute crap. Because as in the north of Scotland, it took so long for them to actually ship decent internet up here. Oh, damn it. Yep. I think that's exactly what I'll be doing now, is I'll gain a console for the exclusives. Just nice seeing the game run so much smoother on a PC and actually experiencing it firsthand. It's different from when someone actually shows you a video of it on YouTube or playing it yourself. What I like about consoleized aspect of plug and play, just put the game in and it works. It's always up to date. It would surprise you how much consoles actually update. One of my friends who's on the Xbox says like there's nearly an update or something like that every 2 weeks or something. PlayStation's a bit slower, they're nearly maybe a month or two for updated. I was in there yet. Remember that door. Ah, hardware updates, yeah. I suppose. Don't want to go there yet. God damn it. What sort of program was it you were using to stream? I'm gonna guess it was either XSplit or OBS. Oh sh. Ow. Because when I had OBS, it was originally set at 3000 bits, and I've upped it to 5000 bits because that's the maximum that Twitch will allow me to actually send them. And it actually made a big difference on the quality of the stream. Alright, will I actually make this? Yes, I did! Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of Twitch. Twitch has progressed quite a bit though lately. Oh, hello, miss. Well, that was hard to kill that skeleton. No, don't pick up that, because that's picking up more crap. He was the cleverest skeleton. So that's where the other way went. I'm guessing also it was standard OBS used, not OBS Studio. But since they've updated Studio, it's actually been a lot easier to use as well. I do love some enemies. Oh, there's quite a lot of ghosts. Yeah, there is quite a few versions of OBS now. There's Streamlab version. There's just I don't think you can access the old original version anymore. I'm using OBS Studio myself. I find it quite easy. Oh. OBS Studio. Download something to a dashboard. I think it does ask you to download something for a dashboard, but I unticked it. I think it was. I didn't download it. I'm hearing you right. Give me a damn disease earlier. Ooh. Check the other place. Getting some nice loot out of here. Hello? Before I actually did this, I actually looked up quite a bit on how what's the best like settings, because I was originally just streaming from my PlayStation, and there's a whole lot of rubbish you have to do just to get it, because there's a delay, it's finding out the right amount for the delay, and figuring out what's the base settings. I've done a little bit of research on it. A lot of people actually use XSplit because they say it's easier to use. Tried it. I hope to regularly stream at some point. I'm more doing this out of fun more than anything. Because I'm going to be playing these games anyway. If someone likes watching me play this, I'm glad I can make someone happy at least. Other thing is because I'm slowly going to be switching to PC, I want to play a lot of the older games that I've missed out on. Like the original Deus Ex. I would like to do the Witcher series because I've never actually played the Witcher series. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing this as well. Hopefully all you need to do is just do it right research to get it to work. I got so lucky there. The hell did I just survive? Yeah, hey, times for making a big gar over. I've heard The Witcher 3 is fantastic. That's a game I really want to play. I've heard it's like amazing, and yes, I was so close. I might have to change where I'm sitting. Right. That gate. I want to see what's at the back ass though.